Okay, we're back again with another review of From Season 3, Episode 8, titled Threshold. Now, after we talk about this, there's only 2 episodes left. For those out there who are new to my channel, I first like to tell you this. I will be talking about the story from front to back. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. So let's get into it. When I was just a little boy, we're gonna get into Threshold. That was yesterday. Okay. So accusations started flying around. Truth come to life in the aftermath tragedy. Victor struggles to recover long buried memories about the town's past. Julie and Ethan search for answers about the mysterious ruins and the strange ruins in the woods. Okay, so let's just get into it. All right. So I want to say this first. People were talking about how yesterday, the episode last week wasn't that epic. It wasn't that thrilling. People thought it was kind of low when you try to compare it with all the other episodes in season 3. Some people are speculating last week's episode was a duh. It just wasn't that good. To me personally, I thoroughly enjoyed last week's episode. I especially enjoyed this week's episode. But if we're comparing episodes, which episodes are better than other episodes, I feel like Threshold is a continuation to the other 2 episodes, even though all the episodes tie in together. I think Threshold and the last 2 episodes, they could have been all summed up and wrapped up as one big 3-hour long episode. Okay, it's more of a continuation. And I even speculated last week that a lot of stuff that we're seeing, unfortunately, we're not going to know the answers to those things until next season 4 of From. So a lot of things that we want answers to, we're not going to know anything until season 4. I think Phantoma, baby, won't be revealed until we'll see a cliffhanger for season 3, but it will probably spill into season 4. We won't know if it's a boy or girl, if it's a creature or not. Now, if you watch yesterday's episode, let's just go ahead and get into it. All right. From season 3, episode 8, twists and endings and theories. Okay. Season 3, episode 8 ends with a shocking twist for Phantoma, which led more credence into the dark theory about the true nature of her baby. And from season 2, Phantoma was shocked to discover that she was pregnant, and she was told before arriving into the town that she couldn't have children. Throughout From season 3, Phantoma's pregnancy has been becoming more and more disturbing, with her unusual symptoms, which has included losing her teeth, have sharp pains in her stomach, developing cravings for rotten food, and scary, and it's scary, having a thirst for blood. All right. At the end of, hold up. Okay, so having a strange craving for blood. At the end of From season 3, episode 6, Phantoma visit Christy and has an ultrasound, which was shocking. They couldn't pick up any trace of the baby inside her. However, Phantoma is still convinced that there's something inside her. The symptoms are confirmed to support that support that that she feels like she's going to have a baby. Okay. At the very end of from season 3, episode 8, then Elgin confronts his confronts Fatima. Indeed, and Fatima, it feels like she has a baby growing inside of her. It's just not hers. Okay, the full impact of that line is still unclear, but it leads to supporting theories of Fatima and Ellis' baby isn't exactly human. Okay, Elgin line about Phantoma's baby support the theory that it's actually a monster. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. So basically, when Elgin told her that line, you know, and it kind of reminds me, he made a hot line into a hot song. Okay, we're taking a bar from Jay Z. When he said that you do have a baby, but Fatima is not your baby. Okay, so you're basically carrying something that is fully not yours, and it's going to evolve into something different than a normal baby. That explains why when they did tests and ultrasounds, they couldn't find the baby, because this is not a human baby. Okay, that was that was a it wasn't a huge shock to a lot of conspiracy theorists. It wasn't a huge shock to me. That I always speculated that this baby isn't a human baby. Now, a lot of people are coming up with these theories that Phantom is slowly turning into the night creatures. I couldn't really necessarily co-sign nor support those theories, because she hasn't experienced an after effects, like she can no longer be out in the day. She does have a craving for blood when she was licking the blood off of one of the town folks who got shot accidentally. Now, that scene right there, a lot of conspiracy theorists on Discord or on social media are pointing to Phantoma is changing. Well, what if Phantoma is changing because of what's growing inside of her? And whatever's growing inside of her, when it comes out, does that mean Phantoma is going to go back to normal? Or is Phantoma even going to make it out of this delivery? So, a lot of things, a lot of conspiracy theories about that. Now, last week, if you watch my video, I knew Phantoma was going to go missing because she, killed Tilia. To me, there was something consuming her. She said she was feeling a lot of anger, and she just picked up the shears and just stabbed Tilia. Now, before she died, she told Phantoma to just run, because people are, if she just would have just stand there and scream for help, and everybody came and came to her aid, it'll be hard for her to convince the town folks that she is indeed normal, and the town folks would want a boy to punish Phantoma or ban Phantoma from the town. Okay, similar to what happened. Similar to what happened to Sarah. Sarah, when she on season 1, and I'm watching season 1 again. This is my third time watching season 1. I'm just watching season 1 because I thought season 1 was a great season. If you haven't watched From, I think season 1, if you want to understand what From is, just watch season 1. You're gonna get hooked on it, and you're gonna be watching season 2 and season 3. But Sarah was going through a lot of weird stuff in season 1, doing a lot of weird things from season 1, and that's where we believe that we got an introduction to what the town does to certain people. Certain people have certain images. Certain people see different things. Certain people are told to do certain things that could affect the other town folks. Um, so to me, I feel like there's two different types of evil in the From universe. I haven't gotten any, you know, evidence to support my theory, but I do think the town is it's two different types of evil. The town has an evil, and the creatures come out. That's another evil, and I think these two evils are not in unison together. All right, that's my theory, and I'm sticking by it. I will talk about that a little bit later when this season is over with, and there's no more episodes, and tons of time talking about that. Okay, so yeah, I talked about this in last week's episode. Phantom was going to go missing, but I thought, I thought it was going to be Phantoma, and I thought Phantoma and Ellis was going to run and hide from everyone because everyone was not going to understand what's taking place with her and why she killed Tilia. Everyone's going to be out for revenge for Tilia because even Donna said it when they discovered Tilia's body that this is something where you're going to have to you just can't just explain this away. Someone will have to pay for this decision. Even Donna said that. All right, and Boyd, there's a struggle with Donna and Boyd, and Boyd was telling Donna, well, I'll just tell everyone in the town that it was Phantoma. Everything's gonna be all right, and I will convince everybody like I convinced Sarah. And then Donna just gave Boyd the shocking truth about what everyone is thinking, even about that decision that Boyd made for Sarah. That's why Sarah is allowed to roam freely, but no one is really trying to connect with her or even talk to her. She's just like that weird person, and that she's like that weird homeless person. You don't, you think that they're weird and creepy, and you don't want to have no dealings with, so you just allow them to just roam freely as long as they're not intentionally bothering you. You're not going to make any eye contact or communication towards that individual. That's what everyone in the town is doing to Sarah. All right, and Boyd is thinking that he got the town to understand about Sarah, but in actuality, Donna told him the truth that people just swallowed their pride and just went along with Boyd, and that decision that Boyd made, Boyd failed the town, and the town is not trusting Boyd or don't believe in Boyd. And you can tell when Donna told that line to Boyd, you can see it on Boyd's face. Like, wow, do people really don't have no trust in me? Because it's bad enough that he has the police officer that came a couple of episodes ago. She's having a Samantha Brown, Stella. She is having second thoughts about Boyd. She doesn't like that the town just gave Boyd this position, and her and Boyd is having a back and forth because Boyd took her gun, and she's really not upset at Boyd. She's more upset at the situation that she finds herself in this town, that she's not going to be able to leave this town, and why everyone in this town just accept things for the way they are. Kenny was having mistrust with Boyd in last season. In season 3, it just seems like Kenny and Boyd's relationship has strengthened a lot more than what took place in season 1. Season two, Kenny was slowly starting to trust Boyd, even though he didn't want to be his deputy no more. And now with season three, Kenny is going back to somewhat trust Boyd. Okay, and they're rebuilding that relationship, and I think that relationship has gotten stronger with Boyd and Kenny after Kenny lost his mother in this season in season three. Okay, so you got that dynamic, and Stella, I think that's her name, Samantha Brown's character, or Stella, guys, I butcher names on a consistent basis. Um, she's really the only person that's saying what everyone else is thinking. Now, to what degree? Now, does everyone in the town want Boyd to no longer be the leader? I think what happened to, oh my God, what happened to Dale in the swimming pool? People are shameful of that decision because everyone was thinking what Dale was thinking, and Dale just decided to risk his own life going to the faraway tree, thinking that he's going to go back to the real world, only for him to transport inside that swimming pool. And that was a constant reminder for anyone in the town that was thinking like Dale to not take actions upon yourself to get out of the town. There's a lot of things that could help them, but the reason why people are not taking chances because they're not too sure that this is going to actually get them out the town. Okay, so that's that with that. So Phantoma Baby is being a monster would be a big hint for her death in From. So basically, Elgin convinced Phantoma to leave the little log cabin, and he convinced her to and leaded her into that cellar that he discovered 2 episodes ago. And the lady with the kimono convinced Elgin to, through the Polaroid and what she have said thus far, to bring Phantoma into this cellar. Now, a lot of people feel like, and I've seen this theory that Phantoma may die after delivering the baby. So let's just get into it. If Phantoma Baby really is one of the town's creatures, then the show may have already sealed her death. Given how much the baby has already tortured her from inside her, the process of Phantoma birthing it might prove too horrific for her to even survive. Added, Phantoma being trapped in the mysterious root cellar, it's difficult to believe that she would have enough. She will be able to survive after having the baby. The baby's cravings have already taken a full toll to her body. The only thing going to get worse if it develops further into one of the town creatures. Okay. Elgin told Phantoma that she needs to stay there in order for the baby to stay safe, but he didn't say anything about Phantoma's safety or the potential that she will not get out of this situation. Okay, it's already seen that Phantoma is on the verge of death from season 3, episode 8, but Elgin may be using the blood he drained from himself to supply more for Phantoma. His blood might be what the baby needs to consume to survive, especially if it's already taking so much of Phantoma's life support. Elgin told Phantoma that she needs to stay there in order for the baby to be safe, but he didn't say anything about Phantoma's safety as well. Um, how does the how does Phantoma Baby connects with the Kimono Woman in From? All right, another mystery that has been created by Elgin's final line to Phantoma in season 3 in episode 8 is how the baby is connected to the Kimono Woman ghost. The spirit is using the Polaroid pictures to lead Elgin to the roof cellar, finding the dead body there, drawing his own blood, tricking Phantoma into going there in the first place. In From season 3, episode 7, Elgin had visited the roof cellar and asked the ghost, "This is where it happens. It's unknown what is this. What's going to happen?" But with the new context from episode 8 hints that she may be already she may have shown him something from the future regarding the baby. Okay, so yeah, let's just get into that. So to me, Elgin has been a connection to the Kimono ghost. He's the only one that have seen it. Now Tilly said, I think a couple of episodes ago, that she saw this ghost. All right. Now they didn't go into full details about how can she see the ghost that no one else can see other than Elgin. Okay. So let's tackle that real fast, real quick. I think, and it started from last season. The Kimono ghost was haunting Elgin. Elgin was was not his best self. He thought that the Kimono ghost was going to harm him. He thought the Kimono ghost was trying to drown him. Just freaking him out last season. I think this season, season 3, I think Elgin understands the purpose of the Kimono lady, particularly when the Kimono lady whispered to him that she knows how to get everyone out of the town safely. And when she said that line, Elgin was more comfortable with the Kimono ghost. Like the Kimono ghost, the vessel of the Kimono ghost is only there to help Elgin see clearly and also help with the possibility of everyone leaving out of the town. Now, me personally, I think she's playing mind games with Elgin. She has a different purpose of what she's really using Elgin to convince him to think that he's helping the town by kidnapping Phantoma. He basically kidnapped Phantoma. I don't know why Phantoma believed that her boyfriend was in that roof, that cellar. Now, she and here's where, to me, it just the math ain't mathing, because if you look at Phantoma and her boyfriend, they're having relationship issues. Phantoma believes that her boyfriend does not is mistrust has a mistrust about her. Okay, Ellis. Okay, and Ellis is trying to understand Phantoma, and really the only reason why he's supporting Phantoma now because they go together. Okay, but even he has concerns about the baby, about Phantoma. Is this all an imagination? Is it the town playing tricks on her? He's not grasping what's really fully going on with Phantoma, and there's a mistrust between Ellie and Phantoma. So why would Phantoma believe that Ellis told Elgin to take her to the cellar? which is beyond me. I don't know why she followed him that far, and to me, you know, it just those two theories are not jiving or connecting together. If there's mistrust in the relationship, then why would you believe Elgin, who, you know, look, she may have had you know, been with Elgin from season 2. Maybe she's trusting him more. There's more of a connection there. I never seen him with Fantoma and Ellis all together. Like, you know, to me, it's, but you know, maybe it's the pregnancy, and maybe she's going through a lot of stuff, a lot of emotions, and she just took him on his word. Okay, so we can always just assume that. But to me, I just it just doesn't jive together. But hey, you have to make these lines, these storylines connect some kind of way. Okay, so that's just, you know, that's just me, you know, just spinning my wheels in the mud. All right, so basically he led Phantoma into the cellar. I mean, into the basement or whatever that thing is. She's down there, and it stopped on a cliffhanger. I'm not sure if Phantoma can see the kimono ghost, because when you listen to the previews of next week's episode, it really draws conclusions to the theory of now she can see the ghost. Not sure if she can or not. We're just going to have to watch next week's episode to figure that out. But as of right now, she can't see this kimono ghost. All right? Only Elgin can see this ghost. I believe Tilly even talked about this ghost momentarily a couple of episodes ago. All right? So, there, a lot of theories are spiraling from that. I think she's going to have her baby there. I think with 2 episodes, she could have. That's plenty of episodes. That's over 2 hours where she can have the baby. But when the baby is born, I think they're going to leave it as a cliffhanger for season 4. When did the baby was it a baby? What about Phantoma? Is she alive through this pregnancy, or this whatever this is? Is it a monster? Well, we're not going to know any of those things until season 4. I think that's going to be a cliffhanger. I do feel like Ellis is her boyfriend is going to, and the possibilities of they may never find Phantoma. The last time he was with Phantoma was in that log cabin, and then the last 2 episodes they're still searching for her. That's one theory, okay? Because I feel like everybody, Timothy, I thought my theory was Timothy, Samantha Brown, Acosta, they're, you know, interviewing people, and the town folks have already told them, well, Sarah murdered somebody, and Boyd told us to just not forget about it. And they feel like Sarah probably killed Tilly. So, are they going to take 2 episodes of them interviewing, you know, arresting Sarah and, you know, talking to her about Phantoma? And is that going to take them off the trail? Really, they could interview Sarah, find out that she did not kill Tilia, and then they start, you know, looking at, well, maybe Phantoma do have something in common with Tilly's death. Now, also in the promo, Boyd is in the front of the post office, you know, talking to everyone in the town that Phantoma is missing. They're going to go and find her. We don't know, did he finally tell the town that Phantoma killed Tilly? Donna threatened Boyd Sunday and told him, like, hey, you're going to have to tell the town that that Phantoma did it. And if you don't tell them, then I'm going to tell them. All right. So she basically told Boyd, hey, look, if you want to be the leader of this town, you're going to have to think about more about the town's safety than just Phantom. I know Phantom. You have, Phantom is like a stepdaughter to you, and Phantom is in a relationship with your son. I get all that, but your responsibility is for the town. Now, it showed a quick promo on how he's at the post office outside telling everybody that Phantom has gone missing. Now, it didn't, talk about, did he tell the town Phantom killed um, Tilly? I believe he told the town, or I believe he told Samantha Brown, Oscala, and Timothy, and Donna knows that Phantom killed Tilly, and I do feel like him holding this information to himself, how his relationship with the town is probably going to sour even more. And I talked about this I've been talking about this on several episodes. I feel like slowly but surely, a lot of the responsibilities that Boyd had concerning the town, and if you look at season 1 and season 2, Boyd was saying to himself, look, this is way too much responsibility for me. I need to divvy out this responsibility. Obviously, Donna has her responsibility with the house. Boyd was responsible with the town. But I do feel like, it should be he was trying to give the sheriff's responsibilities to Timothy. Timothy did not want it because of his father, and he definitely doesn't want it because his mother died. Okay, his mother died, so he needs to give this responsibility to somebody. And I even suggested that Samantha Brown Ostella is probably going to be the new sheriff of Fromville. Okay. Now, does that mean she makes the decisions of the whole town, or she's going to be the new sheriff of From, and maybe Boyd is like the mayor of From? I don't know how this arrangement is going to work, and I don't even know how this is going to actually work. Do the town do a vote and says, hey, they have a town meeting, they all say, hey, we don't trust you no more, Boyd. You have said a lot of things, you have did a lot of things, and we just don't feel comfortable letting you lead us, or even providing security for us as far as the sheriff goes. I don't know if he divvies up some of that responsibility to Timothy and Oskella, Samantha Brown, or she takes all the responsibility. Maybe Timothy doesn't even want to deal with it no more because he's already living in Covenant House. All right, so even Timothy has, he doesn't live in the same house where his mother and father was at. Now he's living with Donna, so he has, he's only being the deputy just to help Boyd. But I think this is a temporary arrangement. Eventually, he's just going to just live in Colony House and be under Donna. So when Timothy is pulled away, it no longer have the responsibilities with Boyd. It's just only Boyd and Oskella. Now I can see a scenario where, Samantha Brown, Oscar, Oskella, I butcher names on a consistent basis. Okay, it does not mean I do not know the show. Okay, so maybe that they have a relationship with Boyd and Oskella. Maybe she's the new Timothy to Boyd. That's a possibility. Or maybe they just let her be the sheriff, and Boyd, like I said, it could be like the mayor, make the final decisions. I don't know. Maybe that's a scenario. And then there's a third scenario. This is something that's coming from me. I think Boyd is, you know, is no longer going to be the sheriff or responsible for the town, and just focus more on his son, because his son is going to grieve because I don't think Phantoma is going to make it um, in season 4. I think she's going to die in season 3. Unfortunate, and that's going to and he wants to be for um, Ellis more so for that because the loss of Phantoma and the loss of this baby. Now Ellis, excuse me, and Boyd is going to, and it's going to make their relationship even stronger. Okay, um, Boyd the character, I think for the past 3 seasons, the town has really done a number on Boyd. Okay, first of all, he was trapped in the town. Then his wife went cuckoo. She felt like by killing everybody in the town, that was going to be released out of this from world. He had to end up killing her, and that weakened his relationship with Ellis in the beginning. Now he's got a connection with Ellis. The announcement that his girlfriend is getting pregnant, that roller coaster of a ride, and now it's turning into, this is morphing into either her imagination or maybe there's something else that's in her stomach that's not a baby. So and he's having more concerns to Ellis on that standpoint. Boyd went through a lot of stuff in season 1 and season 2 with the loss of his wife, the town playing tricks on him when he had them worms in his arm. The town has really done a number with Boyd. And one of the creatures said something very interesting in season 3, and they just want Boyd to stop. They want to see Boyd just give up, no longer have hope. And I think they feed off of that energy. And I think Boyd's, you know, I think his strength is going to even galvanize him to even believe stronger. But I do think the responsibilities of him, what's best for the town, I think that is over. Either he's going to divvy that responsibility with him and Samantha Brown or Stella, or they just give it to Stella and now she's the new Boyd, and Boyd just, is. I don't know Boyd's going to be in that town much longer. I think him and his son, they're just going to live on their own, and they're going to, and that's going to make their relationship even stronger. His son is, this pregnancy is going to do a huge number on his son, and it's just not going to look. I mean, it's, you can tell that this is going to be the cliffhanger for season 3, and we won't know none of these answers until season 4, a year later. I think it's shaping into that theory for Boyd and Ellis. Okay, I thought that Phantoma was going to make it out of this, but clearly, by going into a lot of message boards and discords and just thinking, I just don't see her making it through this pregnancy. Whatever's inside of her is going to, it's slowly killing her. And and a lot of people thought that she was going to change into one of those creatures. I was one of the people that thought that she was going to change into one of those creatures. Now, there is a promo that I saw Monday night where it shows Boyd looking through the window at one of those creatures, and he's having some type of conversation with the creatures. Obviously the creatures can't go inside, otherwise they're going to kill everybody inside. And that was a cliffhanger too. So are the creatures going to show the creature that came out of Phantoma to in front of Boyd at night? Or is Phantoma going to walk up to the window and now she's one of them? So there's a lot of theories on that as well. Okay. So what are my thoughts? And about Victor and his memories, trying to get the doll to talk. That was an up and down roller coaster ride. Um, and oh my God, I forgot her name. Give me a second, real fast, real quick. Um, Not Phantoma, but Tabitha. Tabitha is trying to, uh, you know, get Victor to slowly but surely figure out what his answers, and she's slowly trying to help him with that. Julia went back to the ruins, and and we found out that she was there with the old guy that was hung on the wall, that was not hung on the wall but had chains, and he was chained to the wall, and she was the one who threw the rope down to Boyd in season 2. So is this like a time? And this is this like a time warping thing where she was in that scene, and remember the rope fell down to because Boyd was stuck in this well, and then the rope fell down and Boyd climbed out of the well, and we were all wondering who threw the rope down there, because obviously the old man couldn't do it because he was chained up. All right, and then she transported into the caves where the monsters sleep at, and she heard her mother and Victor when they were down there. Okay, so this this scene right here, and I've been saying this for the longest. A lot of people think this is a time warping scene, and I've been saying this. I feel like the town is in two different universes, and it's blend in together so seamlessly. There's certain parts of the town where you go to another portion of that particular time, either in the past or either in the future. All right. I don't think this is a time warp type of thing. I just think the town is stuck in two different universes. I've been saying this for the longest. No one is, supporting my theory. I don't have enough evidence to prove that this is actually happening. But yeah, that's one of my theories. Okay. So you got that one. You got Jim and Tabitha. Jim thinks that Tabitha, is trying to make her dreams as a child connect into this town. Jim having a hard time believing that. Victor's father is was telling Jim that sometimes in a relationship you just need to shut the fuck up. Okay, which is true. Anyone that's been married or been in a long-term relationship know that sometimes the best thing you need to do is just support your significant other, your wife, and just shut the fuck up. Try to not make sense of something that you feel that is nonsense. All right? So just be very supportive. That's basically what Victor Father was trying to tell Jim. I think Jim is slowly but surely connecting the dots. I don't know. He hasn't met. He hasn't went back to Tabitha because Tabitha is dealing with Victor. So maybe that's going to strengthen or galvanize their relationship. Maybe he's just going to just go to Tabitha and say, "Hey, look, I don't know what you're going through, but I'm just going to but I'm just letting you know I'm supporting you." All right, and that's all Tabitha wants from Jim. Because it seems like Jim is trying to make her believe something that she does not believe. All right. And Jim was very angry at Jade and the town. And I think Jim slowly realizing that this town is playing tricks on everybody. So whatever his wife is dealing with, he's going to be more supportive. Hopefully he's more supportive. I feel like that's where that road is going to lead us. Okay. Um, and that's pretty much it. I felt like yesterday's episodes well, Sunday's episodes, there were good episodes, but they were not up to the standard that we have for From, because from ever since from season one all the way up to season three, every episode is top notch. The storylines, the sub storylines are top notch. I felt like Sunday's show was, I can understand why people think um, last week's episode wasn't all that good. Um, but they're still going to watch it. They're still going to watch From anyway because they got a lot of answers. They got a lot of questions and they need answers for. I think Sunday's episode, a lot of people are going to start scratching their heads and go, it was an average episode, but it wasn't to the standard that the gold standard that we have for from and the episodes, because they've been amazing up to this point. And maybe that the writers and the producers of the show, trying to fit this storyline in the last three episodes, which was, the last three episodes, Threshold and part one and part two. And I feel like we're not going to get all the questions answered. Like Phantoma and her baby, do Phantoma even make it? We may not even get an answer to that, but a lot of people feel like we're going to get an answer to Phantoma. Is Phantoma still alive with these final two episodes? What Phantoma birthed out during this pregnancy? And people feel like we're going to get answers to those questions. I do feel like the power struggle between Boyd and the town believing that's going to either go one or two ways. Either, Boyd starts getting the trust back into the town, or Boyd, knows that, and I feel like Boyd knows that there's an expiration point to him being the leader, the spokesperson for the town, and he knew that from season one. Maybe, maybe Boyd is saying to himself, okay, this is the end of me holding on to all this responsibility. Either he's going to divvy it out to Victor or Estella, or maybe Estella, or they have new rules, but they have not been following the rules that Boyd has been, the first rules. Where if someone if someone in the town does something bad, they have to spend a night in that little wagon thing. They haven't done that. They stopped doing it with Sarah. Sarah did not get a punishment for that. And that's why there's a mistrust in Boyd and the townspeople. But the townspeople just played it off and went, okay, that's just Boyd being Boyd. All right. And I feel like they're going to get back to those rules where if someone in the town commit a crime, or if someone in the town kills someone in the town, there's going to be rules and protocols for that. And they're going to get back to that way of life. Okay. And so people feel like, as far as Boyd's leadership, is he still going to be the leader of this town? People feel like there's going to be an answer to that, or somewhat of an answer, with these final two episodes. Okay. And if you've been watching and I've been watching it from season one, you can tell that Boyd has been through a lot, and you can tell Boyd has, been contemplating this since season one. I think low key Boyd just does not want the pain and agony of being the leader, because he is the one, when someone dies, he has to explain it to the townsfolk. He is the one convincing everyone in the town to still have hope and belief that they're going to one day leave this town. He has been the one, since from season one, he has really changed from season two as well as season three. He was the one was judge, jury, and executioner in season one. He was more, more of a menace. He was not that lenient he wasn't lenient. He you know he let his emotion get the best of him, particularly when one of the town folks lost. He was drunk, and he woke up from being drunk, come home. Now his wife is dead, his daughter is dead, and boy was the rock and was giving tough love to everyone in the town folks to not, to make sure everyone survives a night. Okay, he had that belief, and now that belief has went away from Boyd. Okay, so you're slowly starting to see Boyd, you know, like he has always had this in the back of his mind. Like, look, it's just too much for me to take care of, and he hasn't really mourned the loss of his wife. He had to kill his wife in order for her to stop killing everyone else. She was about to kill their son. And if he didn't kill her, then she would have killed Ellis. Okay? So Boyd has been through so much, and I think that we're coming to the end of the road of the future of Boyd, as far as relinquishing some of that power or just relinquishing all the power and let someone else deal with these responsibilities. And I feel like it's going to be that. I think it's going to be either a combination of Timothy and Estella. I don't think Estella's going to fully run the town. She's going to be somewhat like the new Boyd. And I don't know if that's going to happen, or Kenny says that, you know what, I'll take over the responsibilities of Boyd. Okay, so that's a scenario. These are just scenarios. I'm not saying that this is actually going to happen. I'm just giving you guys my theories. And when season 4 comes in, then now you got a storyline of Samantha Brown, Estella. Now she's the new Boyd, because really nothing has happened to her. The town's not playing tricks on her. The creatures are not playing tricks on her either. So, and you got to understand, she's probably not an important person, or she's not even an important character. So maybe the town don't consider her a big chip where they're going to start playing tricks on her, or the creatures are going to start playing mind games with her, and how she's going to handle that stuff when she gets her first vision, when she starts seeing something that no one else doesn't see, or she has to make decisions for the town that could jeopardize someone else's safety or someone else's health or whatever. All right. So now she's going, or if someone new comes into the town that she has known in a previous life. Okay. So she hasn't went through none of that stuff. And yeah, that's I think that's what's going to be shaping up, and we won't know the answers to none of that until the last episode. We'll get a little teaser, and then that teaser is going to lead us into season 4. All right, so we won't know the answers to that. So yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. I really don't want to talk about part 1 and part 2 because one, this video is going to be extremely long, and there's no need to talk about part 1 and part 2. I do feel like part 1 and part 2, and I said this in the beginning of this video, I felt like the last 3 episodes is really one big episode. All right. And they're going to finish out these storylines. Either they're going to finish them out, or we won't know the answers to some of these storylines until season 4. I do feel like the Phantoma, in the beginning, I thought we won't know anything about Phantoma until season 4. I think they're going to end the chapter with Phantoma in this season. In all likelihood, I don't think she's going to make it through this pregnancy. She's going to, unfortunately, die. Now we won't know the after effects of Phantoma's death, but we won't know nothing. And I do feel like we're going to find out whatever this was in her, um, we're gonna find out this creature in the last two episodes. All right, um, Elgin, how Ellis and Elgin are going to move, or their relationship are moving forward. Obviously, Elgin and Ellis. Well, Elgin, that is like a crime, but I don't think people are going to be mad at him because when people find out that Fatima killed Tilly, that's going to soften the blow on what we need to do with Elgin, because technically he did kidnap somebody, but he kidnapped a killer that killed Tilly. All right, so people are probably going to look at it that way. They might look at him as a hero, but I just don't see Elgin and Ellis connecting. Living under the same roof in Colony House. I think Ellis is going to move out. He's going to move with Boyd in the post office, or him and Boyd's going to move away from the town, and they're just going to do their own thing. Okay, so that's just a theory. I'm not saying this is true, but that's a possibility, and I don't think we're going to know any of those. I don't think we're going to get answers to those questions until season 4. All right. So yeah, that's all I got. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I will see you guys next week on part 1. And then 2 weeks from that, we're going to do part 2. And then we're going to be talking about different theories and speculating what's going to take place in season 4. All right. So I'm up out of here. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.